Hello, everyone. This is Noname117. I have a little bit of a cough right now, unfortunately. That should go away here shortly. I'm gonna readjust the headset real quickly. There we go. That should be good. Yes, I'm Noname117. I haven't streamed this in about a week, so it's good to finally be back with this. And today I will be playing some more Roll the Waves 2, and I have a little bird with me too. So the Minneapolises are just still really cheap to keep going. Although submarines are cheaper. But, you know, if you mothball these guys, how much is it? That, yeah, that's less than it takes to keep a coastal sub going. So I think it is a good idea to keep these light raiding ships around, light raiding cruisers, even if they are a bit old at this point. So, right now we're between wars. Everything is actually in a good place right now, and I'll probably just kind of leave it as is. Although we probably do need some good ships on the west coast. So in that regard, what I'll probably do is I'll probably send the, okay, the North Carolinas and the Michigans right now are in the Caribbean. I'll move these guys over to the North American west coast. Okay, if we look at research, we can do improved seaplane carrier. We can't yet build any CVLs yet. We do have these guys right here. These little oh my god, why is my bird such a stinker all the time? I just want him to sit with me, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna sit with you. I'm gonna go fly off and do my own thing. It's it's not smart for you to do that, Jasper. Not down here. Or he's just trying to prevent anyone else from approaching. Because he's a little stinker. Alright, so we have the older Spokanes converted into AVs. We have the AV Aztec, which honestly is kind of garbage. I think I'm just gonna scrap Aztec. Well, I mean, she's cheap to keep in service. So I'll move these guys here over to the west coast, I think. Okay, so in terms of destroyers, mothball these guys, and then just reserve all these guys. I think I can just kind of leave my fleets in location. Destroyers are good to put on ASW duty. We have all these guys. I think it'll be time to rebuild the Kingfishers. So we'll do that. There we go. Kingfishers will be rebuilding here. Just to make sure, Doctrine, yeah, Doctrine's disabled. These guys here should be mothballed. So what do we have under construction right now? Alright, so we have a second Nebraska completing. We have the CA Indiana building. Do I have any technologies which could sufficiently improve on Indiana? I'm not convinced I can. So I will, right now, order a second Indiana. So we want... Yeah, this one will be named Ohio then. Because as usual, I'm sticking to the two-ship classes. So, how it's looking is... The core of our force is going to be made up of the Wyomings, the North Carolinas, the Oregons, Kentuckys, the Michigans, the Nebraskas, and the Indianas. The Wyomings, although a bit outdated at this point, I will fully admit, are still somewhat competent. And then the Michigans, the Nebraskas, and the Indianas are going to basically be the same. Um, we do have a new class of destroyer building, the Gregories. We do have a couple new Raleigh class cruisers building. And I do want to see. We don't have any Raleighs in South. No, we have the Cincinnatis, which are very similar. The Huntingtons are also pretty similar. And then outside of that, we have the Tallahassees, which are older. Alright, so I'm gonna mothball maybe this group of ships here. And I'm just gonna leave the cruisers kind of where they're at. Alright, we gotta move these guys too to the North American West Coast. Alright, so yeah, just reserve these guys, because we're gonna get new cruisers here, or new CLs, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna keep the Chicagos on foreign station. I don't think I have the money currently to spend. For now, I'm gonna mothball all these. Well, okay. I'm gonna mothball these guys and just kind of move all these guys to the reserve fleet so I can get a bit more extra money. There we go. Cool. Do we have any submarines being built? Nope. I think we should scrap these early. This group of subs right here. There we go. Cool. And then order probably another group of mediums. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna get that done here soon. So I think what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna want to save money for a couple of months and design an improvement, if possible, on the Indiana class. I know I might wait a month. I might wait a month to do that. And then stuff's going to be moving into position, and after it's done, we'll be able to get a bit more money. Alright, so I guess, who do we want to go to war with next? Going to war with Britain is going to be difficult, because they do have a lot of BCs, and these are going to be difficult for us to destroy. Their battleships are still really slow, though, like 17, 18, 19 knots. They're not using, turbines or anything. They're not speeding up their battleships. They're just kind of leaving them. Their battlecruisers are pretty slow as well. Now, the question is, who do we go to war with? Because our invasion range is starting to expand. I think Britain is still the ideal target, though. It would be difficult. Japan is an interesting target right now, too. I think Britain or Japan. France is just still out of reach. And we did manage to get, one of the French locations on here. So I'd want to see if I could get New Providence there, if possible. I mean, Hong Kong, if we get our invasion range up, is a possibility. We could take Papua if we wanted to. Solomons are probably out of reach at the moment, but they might be an interesting location. I'd want to get Bougainville if possible. And we did get Polynesia as well, so we do have some control here. I think we last went to war with the French, right? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I'm gonna be ballsy and try to get to war with Britain. Unfortunately, I do have to rely on my CAs to defeat them. Fortunately, my CAs are heavier than the ships they'd be facing. Unfortunately, these ships are significantly better armed. But I have a lot of turret armor, so I'm not likely to flash fire. So, yeah. But really, it's the Michigans, the Nebraskas, and then the future Indianas, which will help. We're also gonna have. Oh yeah, we probably should design a new light cruiser here, because these guys are gonna complete here soon. So this is what we were building. I'm curious if any of our technologies have changed in regards to it would be light forces and torpedo warfare, superimposed X mount. That's something of a change. Yeah, we can add that. Okay, so it's adding one gun at the cost of a 20% fire rate. Which, you know, how much are we adding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in terms of our broadside capability, we're adding a 7th and losing a 5th. That is not a smart move. Well, actually, how much? Yeah, okay. If we had the X superimposed turret and then increase the size of the ship, how big would it have to be before it's not crowded anymore? No. We can't do that. But there's a thought where if I change the design completely here, get rid of the torpedo tubes, and then I'll hold on the funnels for now. Okay, so we wanted to get rid of H and I, and I'll get rid of L as well. So we'll add in the X superimposed, and then I'm gonna do F and K, I think. Cross deck fire. So now we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get a 7-gun broadside, which is the same as we had before. If we did the previous one like this, okay, this is intriguing. Now I get 1, 2, 3, or yeah, now we have an 8-gun broadside. But okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those have 6 on the center line, and that's acceptable. So I want to see if I can get a 6 turret anywhere. Would this work? Okay, when Q, R, or V are used. But I can use L just fine? L turret should not be allowed with cross-deck firing. Okay, my bird is now demanding to be out again. Don't be a little stinker this time. I want to actually live stream and not have to deal with you the entire time. Can you handle yourself? On my shoulder. Alright, I do think he is happy. Alright, so we can add in torpedo mounts. Right now, the only ones we could reasonably add in are D and E, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just get rid of these midship wings turrets and then add them there, because I think that'll look the best. H and I. Actually, yep, I called it. He was immediately gonna fly, so now I have to get him back. You are a snot. Now you go up. He is not a well-behaved bird in the slightest. Birds typically are not well-behaved creatures. Alright, so if possible... Okay, max 3 tubes. Ship has too much unused displacement. I could... Sigurd, let's invest in some secondaries then. Because there's the possibility where I might rebuild cruisers in the future to have float planes. Um, there's also the thought where I could do that. Ship has too much unused displacement. Don't give me an additional secondary gun then. So it's a significant change from the Raleigh class, but I think it'll work. Alright, so what I want to do here is... Now this is a trickier one to figure out. So we can do something kind of like this, I suppose. Go here, go here, go forward, go back to there, and then something like this. And then structure 2 is gonna... Do something like... this. No, not that. Okay, this is a little trickier to figure out how to do this sort of thing. Or we just put this here on a platform so that it is properly super firing. I think that'll be the best best method. So then here we can do, I don't know, this for our okay, let's do this. And structure 4 can be one thing we could do is just kind of do this on those, and then structure 5. Let's do structure 5 as a little thing back here behind this turret. And then structure 6 will be the actual bridge structure. So I think structure 6 will look something kind of a little bit like this. There we go. That's our new cruiser, the Oakland class. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has a 7-gun broadside. Actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, that's fine, actually. We'll increase the tonnage of it a little bit. So the spare tonnage, one thing I'm thinking about doing is getting rid of these secondary guns and then adding in a catapult launched aircraft later on. These would be CLs to rebuild in the future. So I'll order 2 this month, and then we're going to get the Rallies done by the end of it. I take it we don't have any more advanced fire control? No. Alright, so the North... Okay, so the Michigans and the North Carolinas are going to all be moved to the reserve fleet. We do need to keep these guys active for the moment. Actually, wait, do we? Okay, so... One's in the South Pacific. We need the one in Northeast Asia, but the rest of these I think can go back to the North American West Coast. But yeah, in terms of our domination, it's going pretty well. One other interesting area to take would be the Falkland Islands, and that could, if we can go to war with Britain and get that in a peace deal, then suddenly... Well, it would also be good if we could get British Columbia in a peace deal, too. That would be difficult, but maybe doable. But, you know, if we can get British Columbia and the Falklands, then suddenly we have the Americas on lockdown. Oh yeah, and, New Providence. And getting the Americas on lockdown could be very good. Britain doesn't actually have base capacity on the North American East Coast right now, which is really good for us. Okay, so Spokane's still repairing. And did we send the other? Yeah, Aztec should probably be mothballed, and she's kind of garbage. Okay, so 2 rallies are gonna complete this turn. There we go. And I am gonna want to open the design for Indiana and just see if there's any improvements we can make to it. It's got a lot of secondaries already. If we look at research, where are we in terms of like this? Oh, quadruples. Too many main mount total rate of fire -10. Let's increase the size to our mag. Well, okay, actually, you know what? Would that be fine? That would be fine. We can do this. The game will let us build this ship. This is 4 times 6 is 24 10-inch guns, a quality 1. Which we can have firing at whatever we want, and it would be compatible with our previous ones. Already the Wyomings and yeah, already those are looking like really obsolete right now in the face of these things. Alright, so we're going to build these as the Floridas. Also, no, we can't get an X on these. Yeah, okay, I'll build them as is. I'm okay with just keeping the armor the same. Still costs a little bit. It'll take us a couple of months to actually start building them. Okay, Oklahoma's commissioned. 19 corvettes have finished their reconstruction. Now we can improve RCLs with director firing. Okay, so yeah, mothball these guys. Yeah, for now, just move him to the reserve fleet. I might move the North Carolinas into the mothball fleet. Honestly, right now, it's kind of like these 6 are kind of like the only modern ones. These here are kind of like the middle ones, and these are the obsolete ones. I'm mostly keeping the Delawares around to potentially convert into carriers. And this is also going to require rebuilds to these ships, but I might wait to see how much money I have when I'm building the Florida. Or, we did get the rallies done. I think it is good to refit them right now. I'll refit our group of 8 modern CLs, so the Raleigh, the Cincinnatis, and the Huntingtons. To director firing. And then need to make a decision on. Oh yeah, we have a couple of these guys who are. You should be in the reserve fleet at the moment. So we do have the Gregory's building. These are pretty okay destroyers. I think we can get a little better now. Well, you guys should probably be reserved, and that'll save a bit more money. Okay, so yeah, it'll take 3 turns to get all them done. Okay, so one of our KEs is finished. Brewster Company has developed a flying boat. It's faster than our current one, same bomb load, better range, better firepower, same maneuverability, same toughness. Yes. Oh, and then they're like, hey, let's improve our current flying boat as well. So this one, they've just upped its firepower a little bit, it looks like. It's really all they changed. I'll take it, though. But yeah, the Brewster Hellcat's gonna be our main one. Do we have any aircraft proposals? We can get a torpedo bomber. Let's do that. So, maneuverability. Torpedo bombers, we could go bomb load. I think I'll want to go maneuverability and range, perhaps? We're also going to need to start building airfields in places now that we have torpedo bombers. But what I want to do... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, so we want to build the CA Florida. And I'll just leave it at the Florida for now. Okay, Northern Marianas, where are you? Is it one of these guys? Yeah, there. That's annoying. Alright, so we gotta send some ships to Southeast Asia. Do we have anything? Or these guys? I've accidentally left them active rather than mothballed. You guys are on the North American West Coast, so I'm gonna send you guys over there into the South Pacific. Well, not South Pacific, Southeast Asia. Wait, why is... Oh yeah, that's why our Northeast Asia base capacity is so high, because we're allied with Russia. But, you know, Southeast Asia, it's just, you know, whatever we can cram in the Philippines, basically. Alright, so this turn, a bunch of our cruisers should finish their reconstructions. I'll probably need to send the second group in for reconstructions. Well, thank you, Herflex, for the follow. Hello. How is it going? Has all my ships finished their reconstructions? I could use more money to afford more ships. Yeah. Yeah, how's it going? We get a new floatplane, Scout 2. Uh, oh, they've just... they improved the bomb load a little bit. You doing the, United Admiral Dreadnoughts campaign? Oh, it's not going well. Wait. United... Or, what the hell was I saying? No, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, not United Admiral Dreadnoughts. What the hell was I saying? Ah. Yeah, it looks like that looks like an interesting game. I think I'm gonna wait to buy it. I do... It's definitely one I want to get. It's one I'm like... That looks very interesting, but I... Wait. Wait, there's a campaign out. What? Did they release the campaign? Because what I was seeing was just the missions. I didn't see that. No, I should have. I didn't see that they had released the campaign. That is interesting. Oh, there's an exploit to start it. Okay. So they have a campaign, but it's not ready yet, then. While clicking the campaign button. Okay. That's interesting. I'll rebuild all the Tallahassees too at this point. Olympia's finished her construction. Russia, you're an ally, so you can have that. Oh, we're mastering a purpose-built aircraft carrier. It's working reasonably fine. Okay. Yeah, that actually does sound pretty good, though. I'm gonna wait. I do feel like I'm gonna wait on that game. Because right now it's like, okay, you have to pay 20 bucks, or not 20 bucks, 50 bucks to buy it. And they're saying that if you could either pay 50 bucks to buy it now or 25 to buy it when it releases. And it's like, well, why would I pay for two games just to get one in a bad state earlier? I don't think it's a. I don't think it's really worth my funds. And I feel like if it was 30 or 35 for access right now, I would have gotten it. I would have gotten it, but not 50. Um, and I feel like even then I'm cautious. I would wait. I'm gonna wait either until it releases or if they're gonna do a price increase from the 25. I'm just gonna wait basically as long as I can until either it releases um, or there is a price increase from the 25. And the reason I'm saying that is games which look really promising in the alpha can go bad, as shown so recently with Cube World. Like that thing just released a couple of days ago and was a very hyped game, and then because its alpha was excellent, and then it comes out and it gets poor reviews because they screwed it up. Alright, so I cannot pick this option here. I can pick one of these two. So I can either get budget and more tension, budget and some tension, or nothing. I do need to do significant rebuilds. I do need to build up the fleet. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer and take that instead. Alright, so the Tallahassees are gonna finish up this turn. I'm gonna suffer through an additional turn of poor funding because I can to get the second Florida laid down, which will be Washington. So, I guess that class has states on complete opposite sides of the country. Alright, or is named after states on complete opposite sides of the country. Yes, we should extend it. Just to make sure. Yep, okay, well, yeah, we'll keep that going. Wilmington has finished her reconstruction. There we go. The Tallahassees are finishing their reconstruction here. Two destroyers are commissioned. Yeah, I'll sell that to Italy. My current battleship complement is almost ready for refits. What are battleships? Oh, increased elevation. That's good. What are battleships? Yeah. What are battleships? This has been an interesting campaign, let's just say. I want to see if I can carry using super cruisers instead of battleships. I thought the Delawares. Nope, these are CAs. I can't. I am not allowing myself to actually build battleships in this campaign. I can build CAs, and that's it. Well, I can build carriers too, but with limitations. Alright, so actually, can I get larger destroyers yet? How big? Okay, only 1,100 tons, so I can take the Gregory class. I can remove the 3-inch guns. Can't do this, but I can do this. control is not the best available. Oh yeah, we can get fire control on destroyers now. Interesting. So we'll build these as the Hardings. Or we'll design them as the Hardings. Probably once Indiana completes, I'll start doing refits. But now we have the ability for increased elevation, and that is actually probably very important with the CAs. So I'm holding the Delawares around right now for possible CV conversions. That's kind of the reason why I have these sitting around. What will probably happen is once I have them available for CV conversions, I might pull Arizona out. Although, based on the messages we were receiving, it does seem like it's going to be purpose-built CVLs or CVs. I don't know. Might be purpose-built CVLs, and then hopefully because I think we have skipped conversion CVLs. But it might wind up being the case where I still wind up getting converted or conversion CVs or CV conversions, and that would be something that the Delawares could be useful for. Outside of that, I mean, given my 48 plane limit on purpose-built CVs, I think maybe like the Wyomings or the North Carolinas are when it start, or are the ships where the CV conversions might actually be useful versus a purpose-built CV because of my rule limitation. Alright, so we're going to get those two Gregories done. Oh yeah, Rebellion in the Northern Marianas continues. That's annoying. Hey, we get torpedo bomber prototype. So, torpedo is heavy on all these. So, this one here has the best speed, the best range. Bomb load's all the same. Best tied for the best maneuverability. Firepower across all of them is the same. Toughness is the same. Cruise speed, yeah, speed's highest. Range is highest. Why should I not go with this one? Okay, I can think of a reason. It probably has shit reliability. But screw it, I'm going with it. Consolidated has developed a fighter, the Consolidated Catalina. No bombs, unfortunately. Firepower, maneuverability is okay. Lodestar's better on that. Toughness is okay. Speed's okay. It's just kind of average, but I don't think it has that much going with it. Yeah. Although I'll probably retire or obsolete the Brewster Buffalo here. Completely deserved. Brewster Buffaloes should always be obsoleted whenever you can. Alright, so we're losing a bit of money per month, but we have a lot of money right now. I should build larger docks. Because if we're starting to build, these things with 24 10-inch guns, we're going to need larger docks. We're getting close to our dock limit already, and I'm going to need to keep building larger ships with more turrets on them and more guns. Alright, so that improves tension. This one I can go either way on. I don't think I'm in a great position to fight France right now, in terms of taking stuff from them. There's not a lot I can grab, so I will decrease tensions with France. Because if we look at my invasion range, France doesn't really have anything in there. In terms of nations to potentially go to war with, Russia, I'm allied with them, so I probably don't want to do that yet. Japan. Japan is an interesting target, probably one of the better ones, actually. I'm going to increase spying on them to high and spying on Britain to low. Shift it around a little bit. Try to go to war with Japan. Actually, I'll keep it on Britain at a medium. Britain I do want to go to war with as well, since that's in range. That's almost in range. That's almost in range. That's in range. That's cheap to obtain. Yeah. British territories I can potentially take. War with Britain would be tough, on the other hand. I mean, to be fair, though, we have sunk a BC with our CAs, so that's good. I do have those submarines building, too. I do need to get air bases built at some point. Okay, we can build more motor torpedo boats. That might be a smart idea at some more colonial bases. Yeah, I did move 2 Michigans into Southeast Asia to try to suppress the Northern Marianas Rebellion. So hopefully those can keep that suppressed. Fucking hell. Yeah, okay, I will buy that. We're now ready to build those. Okay, purpose-built aircraft carrier. Our new flying boat is in service. That we couldn't prevent it. 2 heavy CAs couldn't stop a rebellion. So move them back to the North American West Coast. That's annoying. We lost a colony. Ballistic cap. I'll sell you it. Like, why should I care about Italy? What are they gonna do to me? What am I gonna do to them? Awesome. That's good. Alright, so that is a prestige option. That decreases prestige. I have to pick it. By the rules of the game, I have to take every single option which will get me the most prestige. Our new torpedo bomber is ready for service. It's faster than expected. Good. And our new fighter is ready for service. That torpedo bomber, it had the best stats, and then everything good happened to it as well. So, yeah. Now we actually have a bit of money. So, what should I be doing? What should I be doing with this money? Probably rebuilds. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till we have... Well, you know what? No. We can get that. We can get that. And both of those are important. The other thing I want to look at... Okay, so this is 924 a month right now. And that costs a lot more to get the upgraded 6-inch guns. So I'll leave the 6-inch guns as the quality zeros. But we'll get this. We'll rebuild the Nebraskas as such. I'll take the Michigans in for the same rebuild. Increased elevation and director firing. I'm gonna hold off on actually upgrading any of my carrier stuff, right, or my carrier bait right now. But these guys can get the upgrade as well. The Kentuckys. Alright, good. And it's probably a good idea to send the older St. Louis's and well, you know what? No, these are carrier bait too. So I'm just gonna leave them. But you know, if we're gonna get CVLs anyway, then it might be more worthwhile to just scrap them. Because it does seem like we are gonna get purpose-built CVLs here soon. So yeah, I'll probably just scrap these guys. Because they're too slow. They could potentially be raiders. Which I suppose is a potential use. Although they're kind of expensive for raiders, so yeah, let's scrap them. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll just scrap this group here. I don't think they're useful anymore. The Tallahassees are still useful, thankfully, and the Huntingtons and Cincinnatis and Raleighs. But yeah, none of that stuff's useful anymore. So what else? There's the somehow the Minneapolises are still useful as a little light raider thing. So we could potentially try to build more of light raider cruisers with some extra money. But I think it might just be better to invest in subs. Alright, so now I have to reserve probably these guys here. There we go. We've commissioned 4 subs. Alright, so do any of these options get me prestige? You decrease prestige. You increase tension. You give me prestige. So now we have to piss someone off. Hello, Japan. Let's piss you off. Okay, now we can build CVLs. And we can build CV conversions, too. Same turn. Interesting. Okay, so tensions with Japan have increased. And now let's take a look at converting these guys into CVs. So we don't need torpedoes here. There's a thought to replace machinery. I'm not initially going to do it. We could also bulge them, which will decrease their amount of knots. And then let's see. So can we get 40 aircraft? Let's say we replace machinery. No. Oh yeah, if we could go oil firing. No. Yeah, these actually kind of make shit carriers. In terms of CV conversions, I think we'd be looking at Wyoming or bust, or maybe you know what? Let's look at Connecticut here. Clear those out. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do was decrease the secondary guns down to 0. So clear the turrets. And now let's see how many aircraft. If we bulge it, we can get maybe 41 aircraft on it. Flight deck. Yeah, change type and continue. Design. We need the 8x8 inch large guns though. So in terms of... Alright, so if we decrease this down to maybe like 36 for the moment. And then go down to the 8-inch guns. Like 15. Yeah. So I think the Delawares are going to be scrapped. I'm not really seeing a good candidate for CV conversion here. No. Where are port aft wings? There you go. Yeah, but CVL conversion is now pointless. Alright, so I'm going to activate you, North Dakota. I'm going to move you into Northeast Asia. And with that, I'm going to scrap these guys. The Delawares. So really, I mean, I'd be looking at the Wyomings probably for CV conversion here. But the Wyomings are still somewhat useful, is the problem. So what's probably going to happen is I'm probably going to build CVLs for the moment, wait until I get a proper CV conversion. Or, actually, you know what? There's another thought. And that is that we build a seaplane carrier with, say, our 48 aircraft limit. And then convert it into a carrier. And that might actually be a really good candidate. Or no, I'll just hold off. I guess I'll be probably using light carriers until at least I can convert something decent of the CAs. So yeah. So we scrapped a bunch of our older CAs. We're going to leave Arizona in service until Connecticut can take her role. And I think it'll be time to open up the rest of these guys for this rebuild here. So that'll be the Oregons, the North Carolinas, and the Wyomings. And then our new whenever our new ship's complete, we're just gonna immediately send them into rebuild. Alright, there we go. That should be good. Tell them the Navy is not a tool for increasing their profits. I have to take that option according to my rules. Oh yeah, we need a CVL now. Let's design a CVL then. I'll just start by auto-designing one, so it's pretty slow. How many planes do you have? Only 19. Why would you have 19 planes? Go 34. Max for a CVL. We'll get our torpedo defense up. Cannot have tertiary guns if no. Why would you put tertiary guns on the ship game? That's just kind of weird. Alright. Maybe we should make it, 24 knots. Let's go 26. And then give it more anti-air... Oh, right, I have anti-aircraft guns unlocked. I don't have anti-aircraft guns on any of my CAs. Oops. That's gonna be a longer refit period now. Yeah. Yeah, so now everything's probably gonna have to go into refit again because I'm moron. Okay, so we got... I want to increase the elevator size now, but... Which one's this bottom elevator? That was 5 then. That was weird, though, because I was clicking on the thing on 5 and it wasn't changing the elevator at all. So that... I don't know what was going on there. Something weird was going on there. Yeah. So this has 34 aircraft. That is within within my limitation of 48. So this is a legal design for me to build according to my rules. And I might do something like maybe this just kind of simulate the wires or whatever. It'll cost a bit of money and take a couple of months. Indiana is now commissioned into the Navy. I don't care about 14-inch guns. I can't use them. Superimposed turrets on CA. Yes, okay, so I'm going to wait until I have that to do a redesign. And then... Alright, so Indiana's in service. So already, like, immediately I have to rebuild you. To have, you know, however many of these guys we can get. Let's see, 55? We can go a little more than 55. And then I need to do that as well. Unfortunately, we don't have the spare weight to do this. Now we do. It's important to actually keep torpedoes on these ships. And the reason for that... Actually, wait, hold on, let me check something. I want to see something. Can we get... Okay, only on CLs. Okay, we can't do it on CAs yet. The reason is... Well, occasionally you're going to need to use them. But one of the things is if you have a torpedo on your ship, you can actually toggle something to see that torpedo's range on the map. And if you can see the range of your own torpedo, you can guess that the range of the enemy torpedoes is probably going to be similar. And as such, from your flagship, you can figure out, as long as you have a torpedo on your ship, you can figure out about how far away you need to be from an enemy to not be at risk of a torpedo attack and that sort of thing. So that's my justification for it. Oklahoma has finished her reconstruction. Yeah, all these guys are immediately getting refit again. I don't know what to say. Let's build 2 CVLs then. Spying on Japan is netting me a potential war. I'm going to decrease spying on Britain so that I don't risk getting into an additional war. That is going to put that one CA in Northeast Asia at risk. I will, for now, leave that CA there. I might try to move more stuff through the Panama Canal to the west coast. But in terms of warships, I mean, 10 13-inch guns, 9-inch belt for that. I mean, they're Kurama class species, 6 13-inch guns. Only 6 13-inch guns. Now, it is a very strong belt. So this would have to be a ship we torpedo and burn down. But, you know, is that really gonna hold up well to 18 10-inch guns? Okay, so yeah, we completed the Nebraskas. And now time for anti-aircraft armament. Yeah, those are 10-inch quality 1 guns. Yeah, time to just refit everything again. What's their pen like? I'd have to check. The Michigan should have them. Gun data. This is what the pen's like. So it's not super great. It's only about 10 inches of belt armor at close range here. And not a lot there. Nice for 1920. Oh, I'm America, so yeah. Of course they'd be, but let's see, 60. There you go, 64 on the Michigans. But yeah, not super great against those 13-inch belt ships. And then I'll wait for the second Kentucky to come out of her refit period here. So they've all finished. All these guys have now finished their reconstruction. There we go. Now we get superimposed turrets on CA. That is what I want. Alright, so Wyoming's. Oh yeah, you should be scrapped at this point, Arizona. And there we go, the older pre-Dreadnought CAs. Their era has finally come to an end. Alright, so yeah. Let's try 50. Yeah, okay, we can do that. We can fit it fine. So the Wyomings are only 10-inch quality zeros, I think. And I think the North Carolinas are also only 10-inch quality zeros, too. I forget. I think the Oregons have the 10-inch quality ones. And no. Mm, it's expensive to upgrade. It's more expensive than it's worth to upgrade the gun, or worth it to upgrade the guns. It's like it increases the refit costs by several times. Okay, these don't. Just to show. Okay, so right now it's, 589 a month for blank refit. Actually, let's add in anti-aircraft guns. So 591,000 per month. So that is how much. So it's about 600,000 per month to rebuild these ships with AA guns. Wait, that doesn't cost shit. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna restart this turn. Hold on. And I timed that well, because Microsoft's now saying that that I have an account problem. Which I know I do, because something broke. I don't know what. Yeah, I didn't realize how cheap that actually was to actually refit it there. Because in World Waves 1, it was immensely expensive to actually rebuild the guns. And I actually looked at the cost for rebuilding the secondaries on one of my ships. And it was immensely expensive. How is it cheaper to rebuild the primaries than the secondaries? I don't know. In World Waves 1, though, it was not worth it in the slightest, and my bird is being a little snot. He wants out very clearly, but in terms of wanting out, he doesn't want to be anywhere near me. He wants me to probably go somewhere and play with him. Alright, so we're back here. We gotta do the turn again. And I forgot to bring up the display capture. There we go. So there we go. We're just finishing our reconstructions. I clicked on turn and then finish, or one OK here, so that's not massive. So there we go. We get the super firing turrets on CAs. I have to pick that option. So it's a little bit changed. It's a little bit. Okay, so so the Michigans and Nebraskas I'm not concerned with. The Kentuckys are already... Yeah, they already have the 10-inch quality ones. Yeah. Although, let's see what happens if I try to swap out the 6-inch guns here. Yeah, okay, so it's immensely expensive to swap out 6-inch secondaries in casemates. For whatever reason. Okay, so this would be... Let's try... 56. So we'll start by refitting the Kentuckys. Because they're casemates? Yeah, probably. But in World Waves 1, it was never worth it to rebuild the guns. But yeah, it does seem worth it here. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yep. So then I want 52 of those on the Oregons. And then we'll do the same on the North Carolinas and the Wyomings. And this will lead to a very competent, a very compatible main line of ships. Yeah, there we go. Wait, no, it is. It did change massively. So I was right. It is way too expensive to refit them. Because look at that. Normally these refits would have cost around 600,000. Yeah, that price just flippin' changed on me. I don't know. It only changed when I went to save it. Well, time to redo the turn yet again, because bullshit. So yeah, gun refits, not worth it. As I said before, not worth it, and the game is now actively lying to me to try to make them seem more worth it. I think this is just going to slow down my computer even further. I don't know why my computer struggles with roll waves. I think there's like a memory leak or something, or maybe it might be OBS, honestly. Um, it shouldn't struggle with rule of waves. I mean, okay, my CPU is only maybe decent-ish, or good, not great. My graphics card's excellent, but, yeah. Well, let's try this again. Alright, so, we should get super firing CA turrets again here, right? There we go. And no event with Germany this time. I mean, I know those little events did change. This isn't, isn't dodging little events. This is me screwing up my rebuild program. I see what's going on, though, now. With why it's asking me to replace a design is because we already have a rebuild from the previous attempts I've had at this. That is interesting. Yeah, design exists. Yeah, see? This is immensely cheaper. It is not worth it to refit guns. Maybe if you're going from... I mean, maybe if you're going from, what, -1 to 1. There are circumstances where it might be worth it to refit the guns, but you need a new ship design, and I think you need a quality change of at least 2. That is really when it gets worth it to refit the guns. Maybe if you stole a ship from the enemy and it's not very useful. Maybe then, too. And there we go. So that's all of those rebuilds done. And we still need to scrap Arizona here. So goodbye, Arizona. And what I might do is, whenever we get one of them done, I might try to rotate Connecticut back and try to refit her with some AA guns. And then rotate another ship in. Okay. Good, improves light AA effectiveness. New Russian fighter is ready. And what I should do now is I should get ready to order a new class of ship here. Actually, if I put these on 2, does that... If I put them on 1, it reduced 20%. Go to casemates then. Alright, so... Get rid of V, get rid of W, get rid of Y. No, wait, no, we want Y. We want our Y quad. But I want a B. Do I want an X? I guess the question is, are the X turret arcs better than the V or not? Because the V can aim at that angle. I think the X can aim at a little bit better of a... Yeah, okay, the X can aim at a little better of an angle than the V. So I think the X is better than the V. Wait, no, we want that. Stop showing the turret arcs. So then we could go with a W and a V. The X back in like so. And... actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait a month. Oh, okay, so the Oakland class is not as good as it should be. We're close to mastering improved uh, directors as well. Better 9-inch guns, I don't care as much. So first off, we should immediately get a new light cruiser class, not build any Oaklands. Any more Oaklands, I should say. Get some light AA on it, too. And we can get a director. Increased elevation on it. This is very similar to the Oaklands, it's just a little different. Can I add a B turret yet? No. We'll build them. We need a different name, the Reno class. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then now we can get to building an improved Florida. Alright, so we're gonna have the V and the W still. I'm gonna get rid of the L and the Q for the moment. I'm gonna add an X in as well. I'm gonna increase the size to right now our maximum dock size. Could have increased elevation for the main guns. We will do that. We'll do director firing for them. And then we can do a Q turret there. How is this allowed? How is this allowed? This is ridiculous. This is kind of incredible. But, okay. Let's think about this. So, if I get rid of the L center line turret. Yeah, okay. No point in taking the L center line. Or, you know what? I'm going to take the L center line rather than the Q. Wait, no, I wanted a B. I wanted a B turret. So that's minus 10% right there with those 6. So if we go with an L center line, then that goes up to negative 30. And then what if we do a Q on top of that? How much does it hit now? Wait. Hold up. So it's saying that our design isn't legal. But this has better rate of fire than this. Why? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's get rid of the Q turret. Just a new name, the Alabama class. Okay, cool. Now the problem is, we could try to go not faster. I'd say we do that. Go not faster. I have a bit of leftover weight remaining so that we could potentially refit these with aircraft in the future. And then I'm going to get rid of our unique funnel configuration. I'll keep the line in as is, because that's okay back there. But structure 2, structure 3 are going to have to change. Structure 4... 4 and 5, well, 5's bad. 6 is fine. 4 and 6 are okay. So let's move that funnel back. Let's get, let's just get like 3 funnels like that. And then structure 2. So I think it's, what, 3 and 6? No, 4 and 6 we have left. Right, yeah. 4 and 6. Alright, so that's structure 2. So we can put structure 3 here, which I'll just do something kind of like this. And then structure 5 can be a bridge, I guess. So we'll do something like this then. Then okay, that looks okay for the Alabama class. And that'll give us again our our 24 times 10 inch broadside. I do want to armor the main turrets that heavily. So we're basically keeping the armor the same. It'll take 3 months to develop that too. So you have 2 design studies going on. Oakland is now commissioned. Oklahoma has finished reconstruction, so is Nebraska, North Dakota. So that's going to be a bunch of stuff we can put into the reserve fleet. I will sell that to you, France. Alright, so I want to build probably 2 Renos. We could build 4. Japanese scientists have invented the flight decks. They're close to carriers now, too. Alright, so now start reserving those guys so I can get some of my money back. But yeah, now we're building 4 of these Reno class cruisers. We did get some subs done. I might order another 2 subs here. Okay, so we're gonna fight Japan. Then I'm gonna want airfields here at Weiwei, Tsingtao. Okay, airbase at Weiwei. I want one at Tsingtao as well. And then probably one at Apari too. No. I'll get one at Manila. Um, Davao, and then one other location. Yeah, Legazpi. Not at Guam, at the Philippines in Legazpi. There we go. So that'll be 4 in the Philippines. I'll build 1 in Guam too. And that'll be, you know, in preparation for war with Japan. So the Michigans are along the west coast at the moment. We need new aircraft types too. So request proposals. Let's get a fighter. Let's go firepower, maneuverability. And I'm gonna move the. No, I don't want to mothball them. I want to move them. These guys probably onto the North American West Coast. Does Indiana need another refit or no? No. Well, I might try to keep Indiana and the Nebraskas on active duty as well. You know what? Move these ships to the North American West Coast too. And move our best destroyers there, our Gregory's, all to the North American West Coast. Just so that we're kind of ready to attack Japan. And then we're going to finish up a bunch of reconstructions now. There's the second group of reconstructions done. New destroyers are commissioned. Now we get improved director, because of course we do! We finish all of our reconstructions and then immediately get another reconstruction-worthy technology. But honestly, with these guys, I will reduce them into the reserve fleet. You know what? These guys here should at the very least move to the North American West Coast. So I'm going to stop trying to provoke the British, and I'm going to keep trying to provoke the Japanese for the moment. And maybe build up my base capacity in the region even more. Alright. So... Oh my fucking god! Stop it with the rebellions! Yeah, buy it. That's 2 rebellions in a couple of years. Enables rate of fire, or eliminates rate of fire penalty for guns below 8 inches and turrets. That's good. That will allow me better CA design. So we're just gonna build Alabama for now. I don't want to build a second one until, at the very least, Ohio is done. But yeah, Alabama, definitely, better than a Florida. And it won't matter that it has director firing, because it'll be completed without it. I'm going to order Ohio not to initially be finished with the better director, just so that it and Indiana are of the same design. Or, no, I might just go ahead and immediately improve Indiana right now and see if... Okay, we've finished the construction of those air bases. So that will save me some money. We have to take the prestige option, because that is the only option I'm allowed. So I don't know if when Ohio, you know what? I'm not gonna pick the option to give Ohio her better stuff. Wait, did these guys get AA guns? Did I forget? I forgot to put AA on the Alabama. Oops. That is my fault. So that'll have to immediately go into a refit. Reserve you for now, reserve you, and reserve the remaining... Well, you know what? Activate the Kentuckys. Move ships onto the North American West Coast, too, so we'll have the Kentuckys there. You know what? I'm going to send all of these guys into Southeast Asia. Actually, where are the Marshalls? Is that... here? No, that's the Carolines, so... Oh, that's those guys, right? Yeah. So I don't know if those are Central. I think those are South Pacific. So to suppress the rebellion, you guys are just gonna move, only to the South Pacific right now. You know what? I may move these guys over to Southeast Asia. All right, next turn. Okay, so we lose another territory. Uh, no, not Ohio. We have to take that option. Wait, no. That would be the best option to take, given that we need budget, but I can take either option. Shell dies reduces the penalty. That's good. Yeah, so the hardened glass destroyers are good. The Gregories probably need a refit, though. So it would be nice to get these guys to have a director. Yeah, go for it. God, there's so many, like, refittable technologies. I'm drowning in them, and it's becoming too hard to, actually decide what to do. So yeah, give me a director here as well. And a couple AA guns on the, stock. Well, no. How did... So that... One AA gun is 1 weight, 2 is 3 weight. What? Why? Alright, rebuild those guys. And our Rowans as well will also be rebuilt. Okay, so we want director firing, no 3-inch guns. What? There's some thought where we could get... You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the W. And we're gonna have a 7-tube broadside like this now. And we're gonna get those additional anti-aircraft guns on the Rowans as well. So now those will have 7 torpedo tubes rather than 6. And then all the other ones, 9 and 9 still. And the Hardings have 11. Indiana has finished her reconstruction. Alright, so that increases tension. Screw it. I'm ready. Ish. Superimpose B mount on CL. Finally. I think it's time to get doctrine training going. So we want gunnery. I think I want torpedo warfare. That's going to be expensive, though. But Ohio's going to finish up next month anyway, so that'll... I'm going to halt Alabama for the moment. So you guys should move back from the South Pacific onto the North American West Coast. Oh, wrong coast. Michigans are going to stay in Southeast Asia. I think the Kentuckys I'm going to put in for an improved director. Refit right now. Ohio is now commissioned. Yeah, Russia, you can buy that. Yes, I would like them created automatically. Yes. 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 And yes. New fighter prototypes are ready for evaluation. Good. So our max speed's higher, our firepower is definitely higher, our maneuverability, that's probably the best mix right there. We didn't get any bomb load on any of these guys, but yeah, best maneuverability, best firepower, best speed. In terms of range, second best range. Not the greatest range, but I think that'll be fine. Alright, so Ohio needs a rebuild. Ohio's gonna need 2 rebuilds, unfortunately. Just to keep it in the same state as Indiana. Because I would rather be able to refit both the ships at once and not have to refit them separately. Because that would be annoying. We'll resume construction on Alabama this turn. And I think the older Wyomings are also going to be sent in for a improved director refit. And my bird is being loud and annoying. Because he probably wants attention or is hearing me talking. Yes, are you being there? Okay, 25 destroyers to finish your reconstructions. Nice. We don't need 13-inch guns. We got better 7-inch guns. Japanese troops have made a surprise landing. We're now at war. Can't take it. We can take this, though. Okay, so this is North Dakota and Michigan. These guys are immediately going to have to move up north. Alright, we do have coastal batteries here. So, let's see. What are we going to encounter? What are you? This is going to take us a few months to get down here. It's identified as a heavy cruiser. We're opening fire on it. The CA of the Kasuga class. Which game? Is that, Ultimate Admiral? Terrible at designing torpedo boats? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So... yeah, we have 2 of those against this. There you go, Kasuga class hit. Yeah, look at this. We're scoring hits like every turn. It's already showing medium damage. Puts 1 torp launcher and a load of guns on a torpedo boat. Yeah, that's odd. That could be kind of like an really early one, but if that's a large one, then yeah, that's really odd. To just build something like that. A little gunboat. Yeah, look at this poor ship. Look at this poor Japanese ship. It's 1900. Okay. Yeah, that's not terrible then. That is kind of similar to early torpedo boats. So, that battle happened. CA Asso just got wrecked. The Japanese CA decided to fight RCAs, and RCAs didn't even get hit. Build them with 2 to 4 launchers. Yeah, in the early game, that is probably a little better, in 1900-ish. But I could see why you'd go 1 torp launcher, or why the AI would go 1 torp launcher in that time. I think 2 would be better. But 1, I could see it for representing like an 1890s ship, maybe. Yeah, we get a prestige point for that. Battle of Manila Bay. So, first things first. All of you guys, trade protection now. All of you guys will also be put on trade protection. That gives me 88 out of 28. Okay. Okay, so we have Indiana and the Nebraskas, which we can move. The Michigans are still in Southeast Asia. I don't think we're going to be able to prevent Way Away from being invaded. unfortunately. I'm gonna start launching an invasion of Formosa. How is that? How? Why? This is not beyond our invasion range, game. That is bullshit. Alright, Michigans, move from Southeast Asia into, Northeast Asia. North Dakota, or Connecticut, you move to Southeast Asia for the moment. You guys are also gonna have to move into, Northeast Asia. I'm hoping that Russia can help us out. All of you guys, become active. You're gonna have to move into, Northeast Asia. And I gotta move these guys there, too. So Japan does have a lot of strength in forces, but nothing really that competent. And I want to use that to my advantage. Alright, so you guys gotta move into Northeast Asia. Now. In this regard, all the Gregorys are gonna move into Northeast Asia. All the Stocktons are gonna move into Northeast Asia. So it's gonna definitely take some time for all of our ships to arrive there. And all these guys are gonna move into Northeast Asia. And then in terms of refitting, we're gonna get the Kentuckys out here in 2 months. We're gonna get the Wyomings out here in 3. I might halt Alabama for another turn. We still have a set of destroyers rebuilding, and they'll re-enter service here this turn. All those guys are moving. What about our... Okay, so our AVs. You guys should definitely move into Northeast Asia. So, we'll activate the Spokanes as well. And move at least these 3 in Northeast Asia. Actually, you know what? You guys will go Southeast Asia, I think. So we'll keep some presence in Southeast Asia. Most of our forces are going to be in Northeast Asia. So, in terms of CLs, our most modern 4 are along the coast. I want them to move into Northeast Asia. I'm going to rebuild the Huntingtons with improved director and advanced elevation, along with an actual AA complement. I'm going to rebuild a set of the Tallahassees and 2 of the Cincinnatis too. Move director, increased elevation, and let's get 21. So this will give me a nice set of cruisers rebuilding. So the Chicagos are going to stay in their current role. The Minneapolises are going to go as raiders on the North American East Coast because they can. No, those guys are closer. These guys will be the ones which will be rebuilt. So improved director. So in terms of guns, you can get, start with 15, then just add a couple more. And get that group of the Tallahassees rebuilt. And that gives me some cruisers rebuilding. So you guys move into Northeast Asia. You guys, all move into Northeast Asia. Okay, ship's under construction, so this'll definitely eat into our funds a little bit here. I think the sound... Wait, what happened with the sound? Did something happen with the sound, or... No. Because I'm still seeing OBS recording my voice. I'm hoping... hold on. Let me see if I can act... If it's not working, I'm going to see if I can hear myself on stream. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can hear myself on stream. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can hear myself on stream. See? I can hear myself on stream, so I think it's a problem on your end. Yeah, it's not a problem on my end. Twitch is still recording sound to me. Yeah. Alright, I'll wait a little bit before going forward with the turn then, just to make sure that everything's okay. So, we'll work up Aztec. Okay, that's just stupid. Yep. Yeah, it was... I have no idea what was going on then. Okay, we're not going to invade Northern Korea yet. We're going to need to actually wait until we get our ships down in the region. Redestroyers have finished a reconstruction. Convoy attack. We just hit the play button twice without refreshing. It doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So, own forces, we have that. They have that. This is risky. This is a risky battle to take. Well, forces moving in next turn. Do I take it or do I not? We don't have any destroyers in the region, though, so I'm going to decline. I need my escorts there. And then that'll happen this next turn here. At which point I am going to start replanning the invasion of Northern Korea. Oh, they're dominating the seas. Oh, way away. We lost it because Japan was too quick. Florida will be completed with our best fire control. Rhode Island has finished her reconstruction. Kentucky has finished her reconstruction. We made unexpected advances in ship design. We have an improved version of our fighter with an actual bomb load now. We'll take it. And we can accept this. Alright, so we can't target Northern Korea anymore. We gotta go after way away again. Unfortunately, Japan does have good stuff in that region, but now, you know, we are in there in full force. So we're going northern. You guys got to go into the Northeast Asia as well. However, I might move the Oregons here into Southeast Asia. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get the Wyomings done here. Ohio will come out, but we are going to have to immediately rebuild her again. I might halt the later two Renos on the Caroline Islands. Ohio has finished her reconstruction. There we go. We got a bunch of our ships back now. New Japanese fighter. We have torpedoed and sunk a Japanese destroyer. That's good. Operations of our ally. So convoy attack here. Yeah, we can take that. Easy. Alright, so we get 2 CAs. We get one of our... Is that a... Oh, that's a Plainfield class. Interesting. But we get Minnesota and North Carolina. Okay, so City of Helena is stopping for a floatplane launch. What? Enemy battlecruisers. Get closer. And then go broadside. See if we can cross their T. See if we can cross their T. Okay, there we go. We're scoring 6-inch hits on them, it looks like. One of their turrets is jammed. Minnesota took a secondary battery hit. Nothing severe, though. And we scored a 10-inch hit on one of them. So are these guys rebuilt? No. No, they're not. These are some of the lamer ships we could have gotten in this engagement. But we are starting to score hits on those Karamas. It would be nice to knock them out. So Tallahassee looks a little slow right now. Oh, she's fine. Minnesota took a belt penetration. That's not good. North Carolina took a hit. Yeah, belt penetration. Another one on North Carolina. We're probably going to be seeing a lot of those. Thankfully, the turret armor's a lot better than the belt. So that's the traitor formation right there. And it does look like we are kind of chasing these battle cruisers away. Which, if that's the case, then that's good. Because we are getting closer to these traitors. That Kuruma right there is in a very interesting position. But yeah, now we're kind of using, like, the smoke from the merchants. Well, I guess it's kind of a shield against us and against them. Although it looks like our destroyers are firing on that Kurama. Not getting close enough to do much. Objective sink 2 traitors. Successful. Yeah, these enemy battle cruisers have not prevented us from getting amongst the merchants here. And it's showing light damage on that one. I'm gonna assume that our gunfire was not super effective. Yeah. But yeah, that has allowed our forces to get in amongst the merchants here. Which is exactly what we want. These battle cruisers are pretty trash, yeah. Of course, we're torpedoing the merchants now. These battle cruisers have not done a good job at protecting the traitors. Unfortunately, it looks like Gregory just took an engine room belt penetration from a merchant. But yeah, they're taking bad hits. And now we're kind of pursuing upwards like this. They've crossed our T, so go broadside again. Actually, where is City of Helena? Okay, she's down here. So she's involved in this fight, but away from the enemy battle cruisers. Alright, so that Kurama, the one we shot up a bunch, is being chased off. So we're engaging the one we haven't shot up a bunch right now. And these guys are dead. You know, that's a simple fact of the matter. All these merchants died. I think every single merchant at this point is sunk or sinking. Alright, so we're scoring hits on the Kuruma. Interesting mix of hits. I wish our destroyers would stop wasting torpedoes on these guys here. Actually, that merchant there looks like it's actually still alive. So there's one merchant still alive in all of this mess. Alright, so come on. There we go, we're hitting that Kuruma. Hitting the one charging us. It's suffered. 2 of its turrets are disabled. Yes to all. How deck-mounted launcher, even with reloads available, never show how long it takes to reload them. I think so. I think I've seen that. Alright, come on. Destroyer division's misunderstood. We scored more hits on the Kuruma. Are all of our guns firing? All the ones we can get at it. Still showing light damage, because we're kind of peppering this thing. Minnesota, one of her turrets is disabled. Alright, Minnesota's starting to take hits here, and that's not good. Because that one... We kind of have this one's T-crossed, but this one has our T-crossed. That's not helpful, so... We're gonna have to turn in on this course here, I think. And leave that one kind of ahead. Now, of course... I should allow for a flotilla attack at this point on anything still alive, so... Belt extended hit. That is some flooding, unfortunately, so I'm gonna start pulling away a little bit more. Or we are limiting flooding though. Oh, it's... So I can turn around. Come on. Nope, that torpedo's not gonna hit. Because I want to run away now. With Minnesota in the shape she's in. Although, you know what? No, her flooding's going down over... Oh, fucking hell. That was a lot of hits. Ringgold, signals, misunderstood. Come on, you guys, attack them! Please. We could also get our CLs in the fight. Minnesota high speed increases flooding. Yeah. Run away. You guys should... I can't change their orders now. Alright. So down to 20 knots. Let Minnesota control her flooding a little better. So down to 16. Yeah, now Minnesota's limiting her flooding. And then we'll go back up and chase them once Minnesota's in good shape again. We'll go to 12 knots and we'll angle towards Kiatsu Bay. She limits her flooding again. She is now at 27. And again, she's now at 16. And again, what's she at now? 1. Go back up to full speed. We're chasing them. So it looks like 2 enemy merchants are trying to run. One Kurama's moving faster, one's moving slower. That's interesting. And now they know we want to engage again. Well, actually, what speed are we limited to? 26 knots. Okay, so the limiting is not bad. Okay. So there we go. We're back in the fight. That one's trying to escape. This one's not. Yeah, And I definitely didn't want one of my CAs flooding to death, so... yeah, just keep shooting at this guy here. It's on fire, it's burning. It's slow. It's getting pelted to death. Still showing it on fire. Prevent the other one from escaping. Our destroyers will get that one. How fast is this guy moving? 25 knots, it's saying. Come on. You guys still have torpedoes, right? Yeah, you do. What? What? Why are you not firing? I don't know. You had a perfect shot, and you're like, let's not take it. Let's try. I can't. Actually, can I? No, I can't. I'm not playing on that. I'm not playing on captains. Okay, Minnesota took a belt-penetrating hit. We scored. Yeah, that's actually pretty severe flooding. However, this thing does appear to be slowed. It's really not good that Minnesota's flooding, though. More. So my hope is that we can do a lot of damage here. So it's slowed. First of all, okay, so if I do that, right-click their division flag and do the fire torpedoes thing. Nope, doesn't work. See? Can't do it. You have to be in the easiest mode to do that, and I'm not in the easiest mode. Okay, so we're still hitting it. I'm gonna pull 18 knots away from it, though, just so that Minnesota can kind of get her flooding under control. So we're still spotting the enemy transports. Yeah, no, it's not a universal thing. Go 14. Go 12. Somehow, I have ordered my destroyers to flotilla attack, and they refuse. Okay, Minnesota is limiting her flooding. So that's getting under control again. So we have that Karama escaping with probably severe damage. I'm turning back in to see it again, though. There we go. Minnesota's back to 1 flooding. We can only make 21 knots now, though. Alright, so we're gonna chase the less damaged Karama down, though. The more damaged one we can probably still kill. Still showing heavy damage on fire, but I don't know what's going on there. Our fleet seems pretty incompetent today. Or our light forces do. Although I think this war did creep up a little bit faster than I was expecting. I was expecting to have at least a couple more turns. Okay, there we go. Now we're engaging the escaping Karama. How fast is it moving? It's showing 10 knots. So what we want is... we kind of want to be on its... okay, so it's going to do this sort of thing against us. So Minnesota took a belt extended hit. Minnesota engine room hit deck, non-penetration. We are scoring more hits on the Karama. Scoring a lot more hits on it than it scored on us. But our destroyers are still useless. I think that's my big problem here, is that the destroyers this engagement have been utterly useless. Alright, so stay behind it and just kind of do this sort of thing. Minnesota took a hit. She's still okay. Still putting a lot of fire into this Kurama. Minnesota hull hit doesn't look like a penetration. Fast, we can only move 20 knots right now. There we go, a destroyer being useful. Head back down this way. It's not dead yet. Now it's gotta be dead. Yeah, it's dead now. Run away. Run down to the south, see if we can detect that second Kurama again. There are still definitely enemy ships remaining. There it is. No, that's a merchant. Hunt down the merchant. Put it down. So there were a couple enemy merchants trying to escape, so they abandoned ship. So go this way for the moment. Cancel the flotilla attack order for now. We didn't see the second Kurama sink, and I am very, very suspicious that it didn't. Okay, scenario length reached. Okay, so it did escape, but then it got torpedoed on the way out and sank anyway. So they lost all their traders, both their battlecruisers. We suffered once. Minnesota took heavy damage, but survived. North Carolina took light damage and survived. The battlecruiser Hiei took the torpedo, so it did have a fire. And that fire did a lot of damage, but didn't kill it. It limited its flooding. Well, no, it limited its flooding more. Took a torpedo from our submarine, and then that sank it. We had done so much damage that sank it. And then Kurama just took 233 medium hits. Yeah, we just kept shooting this thing. Yeah, it took a sub-torpedo in the end. And then this one... No, we made sure it didn't escape. We kept shooting it. It took a torpedo critical hit from Kimberly, and that sank it all. I think it took 2 torpedo hits. So, oh yeah, there was the second one. So it took one, that sank it, and then it took the second one, and it was already sinking at that time. I didn't realize we were already sinking. Ringgold escaped with medium damage. Yeah, we didn't lose a ship this engagement. So all their merchants sunk. So there were 3 merchants I saw getting away. I think one of them progressively flooded after the fact, and then, well, 2 of them would have had to. And then the last one, we got. And in terms of rescuing survivors, we were the only ones who did that, so we got those points as well. Yeah, we came out of this one pretty good, I would say. To not suffer any losses and sink 2 enemy battle cruisers with our own CAs, with our own obsolete CAs, I should say. Imagine if these were the 10-inch quality 1 guns. Imagine if that was 18 of them per broadside, not 10. Imagine if we had been in that same situation with our more modern armored cruisers. But yeah, that went pretty well. I'm not going to look through all the results necessarily. I might check what happened in North Carolina. She scored a lot of hits on stuff. But yeah, USA major victory. Oh. That's bullshit! I was about to exit the engagement, and it's like, oh, Japan no longer has any ships! And we lost a destroyer out of it. Thank you, Rule the Waves 2. Thank you so much. Because we had to end the engagement twice, we lost a destroyer. Alright, so we lost that. Because 2 end conditions I didn't read. So Hiei actually had escaped farther north than I thought it had. By the way, yeah, we get out of that. We get a prestige point. Battle of the Yellow Sea. Japan is blockaded. Uh, they have a lot of stuff down here, so I'm wondering if they're trying to conquer the Philippines. But, you know, yeah, they're blockaded right now. They're screwed. Alright, so we're going to move the Wyomings. Move ship over to, for now, Northeast Asia. Because if we can get a fleet battle, that would be good. Ohio, congratulations, you're getting a second rebuild in a row. Other than that, we did get all these guys, all their rebuilds complete, so now you guys can all move to Northeast Asia. And then you guys can also move there too. Alright, cool. Alright, next turn. Enemy, they dominate the seas around Guam. Delayed due to unfavorable weather. Wilmington, Colorado's finish your reconstruction. Crush them completely. Okay, so we get way back. And, I guess let's just take Formosa then. That was a really short war. Well, we got way back, and now we have Formosa, so hooray. We have more territory here. And I think the next target will probably be Britain. I'm going to take off the doctrine spending, and honestly, I was only intending on streaming for 2 hours here. And we're at the 2-hour mark now, so I think I will, I'll call it here then. Thank you everyone who came to watch and followed. I'll be back streaming this some other time. Today went okay, I suppose. Actually, you know, I'm gonna resume construction on these ships just to make sure that that's done. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bird probably has to be let out and played with and all that stuff, which is the main problem. Oh, we were 1 month away from getting Florida in the war too. That would have been funny. Florida would have been available before Ohio. But yeah, I will see you all later then. Or Florida will be ready before Ohio. Yep. Yeah, see you later. I'll be streaming this hopefully within the next week again. It seems to be... I don't know how it'll go. I've been off and on with how often I've been doing the streams.